welcome to Dry Grows in Reads. My name's Imogen and I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Question 1. Why did I start this channel? So, my sister reads, but no one else in my real life reads. So I've got no one to share the love of books with, I've got no one to have good book chats with. Everyone my age is all playing Fortnite with all their friends, so they don't read. And on social media 24/7, so they don't read. So I try to encourage people that I know to read because of the mental health benefits that it's got, and that's what I want to do on my channel, is to promote the mental health benefits of reading, as it always puts me in the present and helps me calm down and stops me from being anxious. So I think that would help lots of people that I know in real life, and that's why I'm doing it as well. And the other reason is to be a bit more interactive within the community, so I can join more readathons, more events, things like that, and I've also got a Bookstagram that I use quite regularly, which will be linked down below in the description. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things that I can bring to Booktube? Well, I'm the only booktuber that I know of that has a thick Swansea Valley Welsh accent, so I will probably make you laugh with all my funny phrases that I say and I just come out with randomly. I'm a bit of an edder down in Wales, is what they say. I'm a bit of a nutcase, and I just love having fun, and I just want to mesh books and gaming together. I already have a Twitch channel, so you can follow me on there and get a notification for when I go live next. I just love both forms of entertainment, and I just want to use the platform to promote a healthy work-life balance. So, and I think that would help people, and I don't think that is talked about enough, is balancing your hobbies with your work and your job and your relationships and money. So yeah, it's great. That's my aim. And if you love fantasy RPGs and shooters, you know where to find me, and I'm your girl as well. So I'm a bit of a double threat. Why do I love reading? I think I'm genetically gifted in that sense, that I've always loved it since being a little girl. I remember my mother teaching me how to read when I was 2.5, and she'd get me to say once, as in once upon a time, as every kid's book starts, and I'd go once upon a time. So so that's something that my mother always brings up because she thinks it is hilarious. And I've just loved reading ever since then. I used to read Fireman Sam back in the day when I was so little, and I could do it on my own when I was about 3.5, 4. And then I went on to Harry Potter, and it's just a great form of enjoyment for me. It's always been an escape when you're bullied in school. Pick up a book and just sit in the corner and avoid everyone. That's what I used to love doing, and it's helped me a lot as well as an adult. As being an adult's hard, and doing jobs, doing your work, worrying about relationships, worrying about money, that all stops when you go into a different world and you pick up a book. What book or series got me into reading? That's a no-brainer. It was Harry Potter, but we're not going to dwell on that because I'm not happy with the way J.K. Rowling has handled things recently, and I don't agree with her views. The world that she's made is amazing, but I don't agree with her views, so that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Even though I have all the Funko Pops, all the clothes, I've got a snow globe, I've got a journal that I write in, that's Harry Potter, and I just want to bin it, so I'm going to swap it out with a Grogu one, a baby Yoda diary instead, because it's just it leaves a sour taste in my mouth, really. But that's that. Then we've got the books I used to read then afterwards. Was I read Alex Rider by Anthony Horowitz. The film came out, and that was a class film. And then I read on through the series. So like there's one set in the Alps, There's one that's in Cuba. He goes everywhere, Alex Rider does. And he has a fab time. And well, he doesn't have a fab time. He has a bit of a hard life, like. But the settings were really good. I highly recommend those books, no matter how old you are. I read Inkheart as well. I watched the film. Loved the film. Here I am talking about films. I love films as well. And Eragon. This is a controversial opinion, but I actually really enjoyed the Eragon movie when I was a child. And I read on then, the series, and loved it. Amazing. What else is there? And then when I was a bit older then, about 12, I got into Twilight, Vampire Diaries, and Hunger Games was a big one that I read. And the movies, let's not talk about the Hunger Games movies, because they are a shambles. But yeah, all the typical stuff that everyone read as a teenager, that's what I read. And Morganville Vampires. But yeah, but recently, I had like a gap, so I stopped reading for about 6 years through comprehensive school. I lost my way a bit there, and I was trying to fit in, not reading because it wasn't cool, and just not being myself really. And now I think that I've been true to myself by going back to reading and really enjoying something. So that's a bit deep, but that's the truth. But that's why I'm back into reading, because it is me through and through. But what the book that got me back into reading was Outsider by Stephen King, and then I got on to Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and I've never looked back. That was about a year and a half ago. What questions would I ask my favourite booktuber? The main thing for me is keeping it consistent. So how do you remain consistent with your uploads and don't run out of ideas? Because I see the same thing over and over again on Bookstagram and Booktube, and I can see why, because it's such a great community and everyone supports each other. So it's great. But how do you mix it up a bit? Like what can you think of? Oh, this will make a really good video. This will make great content. How do you not get nervous in front of a camera? Like I'm so nervous right now. I'm literally going off a script just so I can film the video. But that's all part and parcel with it, I suppose, the first time doing it. Yeah, I do have a mild stammer as well, which doesn't help at all, and that increases my anxiety around it. But it's what has to happen if I want to give it a go and make some friends, really. So that's why I'm doing it. Editing as well. It takes me ages. So this is it's a struggle. So I need some tips for people who are good at editing. I've skipped a few questions here because I've already answered them earlier on in the video. So the next question, where do I read? So I like to read in that little nook there. That's where my happy place is, my bed. But the issue is I do get sleepy very quickly. So I need some tips of how to not get so sleepy. So if you can comment down below what things you do to stop yourself from falling asleep while reading, because that's hitting me hard at the moment, real hard. Next thing we got is I love reading outside when the weather's nice, not when it's raining, when the weather is sunny, which is only 3 months of the year because it's always raining in Wales. And I love getting a tan. Hopefully, when the sunbeds reopen, I can go on the sunbed and have an audiobook in. Because that's one other thing that I really, really struggle with is listening to audiobooks. When I go on a walk, my head is just going 100 miles an hour and I can't concentrate on it, so I miss important parts of it. A fancy book, you've got no chance of me taking it in on a walk when I'm listening to an audiobook. A autobiography I probably could listen to,